It's painful to look at right now, but it'll recover. Good morning. Foggy morning today. Wow. It's kind of pretty though. Last night I moved the steers' corral and I moved their fence. And I'll show you them here this morning because I got to bring them some breakfast and let them out of where they are. Steers are having their breakfast and then they'll set about exploring the new paddock area. So here's what it is. I moved their whole pen over here. I don't know if I can make this clear. Hang on, let me show a better image. All right, this is where they were, right down there. And they had a paddock that came all the way down to the edge of the wetland here. And then all the way to the fence over there. I moved their paddock to here yesterday. New ground. Gave them a little bit of the same shared space. And then, and a cool, what I think is a cool development, I ran the poly tape all the way down to the pond in the back, which is a pretty good distance. Disappearing into the fog down here. So what's down there? That's the pond out there in the fog. I was able to bring it all the way back to the back fence. Well, almost the back fence. This is like the initial back fence because the property line, right, goes out into the pond. And so this was my cut around. Still pretty cool. I'm really kind of tickled to have it out this far. And I'm also tickled to know that the amount of poly tape that I used to do this is less than the amount of poly tape I used for the previous paddock I had where I did, 3 sides of a square. So that's pretty cool to me. I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, it gives them a lot of room to roam out here. They should be in this area for quite a while we wait for the rest of the pasture to recover. Can't believe how big these birds are getting. They're not all digging on their feet in the middle. Like, they get to walk around and find new stuff. That's pretty exciting for them. But that feed will should take them all day. They're not to the point that they're eating 2 of those troughs a day yet, but they will be by the time they're done. So far, so good on their safety. And none of my moves so far have caused any damage to the additional physical barrier, the PVC, I don't know what you call it, barrier, bracket. I gotta come up with a name for it. Anyway, no damage to that so far, so it's all good. And it's interesting, if you look back, you can see where I just moved them from, before that, before that, before that, before that. Little by little, it starts to grow back and it's gonna come back even richer than before. It's just a pretty cool example. Big girls are all doing well. Sauron's keeping order here. Just had to move them away from that side of the farm because that's where the bobcat's coming in from. So keep them over here till I get that all sorted. Here's all the hay that I brought in. First experience with that, by the way. That was a little crazy. But here it is. So these are all, and so the key is, he said, when I get them in here, I need to let them spend a couple days at least, just kind of getting settled and getting dried out. I wanted to start stacking them, but he said one of the problems with stacking right away while they're still drying is they could combust. They could combust. And he said, if you want to burn your barn down, that's a great way to do it. And I said, well, let's not do that a lot. So he said, give them a couple of days, leave some spacing in between so they can breathe and dry out. And then that will be enough. So then after a few days of this, then you can stack them. So that's what I'm going to do. This is one that blew out. I had a lot of trouble getting the tines into this. And I think it's just all about how much of this I got going on. But yeah, this one blew out. So that'll probably be one of the first ones that I use for feeding the steers once this stuff is used up. The other thing I do is I got to come out here and do a little bit of yard repair. And I got my forks down deep while I was trying to move one of these. I mean, dang. Scarred the earth. It's painful to look at right now, but it'll recover. First time doing it though, so I'm just glad I got it done. Can't put my tractor in the barn anymore though. I gotta figure that out. That's better. Got that healed up. Got some of this stuff smoothed out over here from all the churning of the tractor tires on the grass. And then got the ramp cleaned up from all of the churn of the tires on that as well. So that's it from here. Talk to you guys later.